Welcome to this introduction to custom layouts for the Deck Midi plugin. In this video, I will show you how you can change the dial display from this to this. It isn't a huge difference, but the goal here is to give you an understanding of how you can work with custom layouts. A layout is a file that defines what the dial display should look like. And to create a custom layout, you start by making a copy of one of the plugin layouts. These are stored in the Layouts folder in the plugin folder. And you should copy the file that corresponds to the selected display type. So either bar, fader, or vpot. I will copy the fader file and paste it to my Trevliga spel folder and open it in a text editor. The layout is defined using a markup language called JSON, and it has an ID for the layout and a number of blocks defining the text, image, and bar objects used in the layout. Let's start with the ID for the layout. Elgato says that the ID should be a unique identifier, so let's make it unique. If you are a profile developer, I suggest you use the company name or URL or something like that in the ID. The rest of the file have blocks of object definitions, where each object is defined with a name in the key property and a type, and the rect property defines the position and size of the object. When you edit this file, you can change just about everything in the file except the key and type properties. They must be left untouched. The objects have descriptive names, and if you need more information about these objects and how they are used from the plugin, there is a page on the website that describes this. The first thing I want to do is to make the text object on the fader span the full fader width and not just half of it. So we need to find the text object. So if we scroll down quite a bit, we will find fader text left side upper row and the background for that text. To make that object span the complete width of the fader, we need to change the width parameter. The rect property has 4 numbers, where the first 2 numbers are the x and y coordinates for the upper left corner of the area, and the next 2 numbers are the width and the height of the area. So we need to change the width component, and that's a 90. So if we change that to 180, and we make the same change for the background, which is 4 pixels wider than the text object. Now we can save this layout file and use it for the dial. So we say we want to use a custom layout and select the file. The text object now covers the complete width with a 10 pixel padding on each side, but it hides the fader handle, which isn't that good. So let's try moving the text up a bit. So if we change the y coordinate to 39 for these 2 objects, we move everything up 10 pixels. And if we save this change, it doesn't hide the fader handle that much, but the text now hides the icon a bit. If we don't want that, we can make the icon a bit smaller. So if we go to the top of the file where the state icon left is defined, we can change the size of the icon to 30 pixels instead of 40. And when doing that, the icon will be smaller and not collide with the text. I want to finish with some words about troubleshooting. The Stream Deck software is very sensitive to syntax errors in this JSON file. So if I, for instance, add an additional curly bracket that shouldn't be there and save this file, everything goes away because the Stream Deck software rejects the complete layout file if there is just a single error in the file. Sometimes, but not always, you may find an error message in the editor describing what kind of problem there is in the file. So let's restore this file to working order. There is a more serious problem that may occur if you create two objects on the same level that overlap. That is absolutely forbidden in the Elgato world. So the Z order defines the order of objects where objects with a higher number will be placed above objects with a lower number. Objects can be on the same Z order if they do not overlap, but I recommend always using individual numbers for each object. Now, if I make an error, let's say I have this icon being larger, like that, and if I save that, it will definitely overlap the text. Now, if I place this object on the same level as the text, which is 50, and save this layout, everything goes away. And when this happens, there is no way you can get this back to what it was. I can remove this error and save the file, but it doesn't matter. You don't get the display back. You can remove the custom layout altogether. You can change page and go back. There is no way you will get the layout back. Somehow the Stream Deck software completely blocks this dial when you have had such a problem. And the only way I have found to get past this problem is to restart the Stream Deck software. The Stream Deck software has a log. If we open the Stream Deck log and scroll to the bottom, we can see a log about layout instantiation failed. So you may find something in the Stream Deck log if there is a problem, but not all problems are logged in this file for some reason. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.